Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Stage Zero Life Sciences channel on a mission to help reduce the incidence of late-stage cancer through early interventions. Joining us to discuss, we've got James, the CEO, to kind of take us through some of the recent partnerships we discussed and some of the recent warrant repricing. But first and foremost, welcome back, sir.
Thank you, Kyle. Good to be here.
I love having you back on in this fascinating, evolving industry when it comes to obviously detecting cancer. And I wouldn't mind kind of evolving into this because, I mean, Aristotle, do you think this, for Stage Zero could become a forefront in the future of checkups related to cancer? And with these partnerships kind of, expanding into a multitude of different fronts in Canada and the US, do you want to just talk about these partnerships again and just talk about how this is going to change some of the healthcare side of the systems that we're looking at?
Yeah, it's actually a great question. Whenever you talk about multi-cancer diagnostics, for example, like Aristotle, it's immediately put into the context of this is an absolute sea change in how we look at medicine and how we deal with health. Preventative health is critical. It was very interesting listening to a lecture the other evening by one of the more noted healthcare reporters in Canada. His push was entirely towards this. We've got to stop trying to treat everyone in hospitals. We've got to stop waiting until you get sick. We've got to get out ahead of the curve. As an example, I'll use what we put out as a case study in just the breast cancer area. We can reduce costs in breast cancer by more than 50%. By finding it earlier than we currently can today with current methodologies. You think about that as an impact across the healthcare system, and it's a direction you just have to go. In addition to that, the survival benefits for the women involved increase massively. If you find breast cancer really early, you've got a pretty good chance of surviving, period. You find it late, it's not so great. So that's the big thing there. The next thing is the process, certainly from a Canadian perspective, but it's equally so in the US, is evolving. It is moving to preventative care. We're getting an aging population. We can't keep doing what we are doing. So yes, long answer to saying it's going to become much more front and center.
Now, from the partnership front, I know, do you want to just abbreviate to some of what we can kind of look forward to there? I know we're going to be talking about this further into the future, but is there any more anecdotes you can offer from that?
Yeah, the partnering is key, and I think it's an area everyone's very keen on. And I think maybe I can talk to three instances. So let's, for example, talk about a group like Sunny Clinic in Toronto. We partnered with Sunny Clinic. They'll be offering Aristotle primarily to all of their patients. In addition to that, they draw samples for us in central Toronto for the firefighters. So you look at getting a building out and you do all of that. It's allowed in Toronto, it's allowed in Ontario, which is quite normal. We send tests that are not immediately available in Canada or outside the country all the time. So you begin and you grow. And so you use that as a small example. We'll be talking in much greater detail. In actual fact, I'll be sitting with the CEO, Alman Kasamali of Health Today Clinics next week, and we'll be actually talking through what they're building. They're our partners. They're actually in the process of building out over 70 bespoke clinics focused off of the Alberta healthcare model. And in Alberta, as a patient, you are allowed, as long as you pay cash, and it's a private lab or a private clinic, and you understand that, to request any medical service that you like. It's normal. It's been in the legislation for a long time. A lot of the other provinces are going the exact same route. So we focused it off of Alberta as we're building it out there. We're active right now, and we're beginning to expand with them across all of their clinics. In addition to that, there's obviously the US as well, and we have US aspects we can go to as well. I think what becomes even more exciting than that, and that's exciting enough, but what becomes more exciting is a set of discussions that we're concluding in the US right now, which is with a really large group that would give us access to over 100 locations across the country. These locations actually service a population of 100 million Americans in terms of where it is. They're very heavily focused on preventative health. They do a lot of work with employers, so we get immediate access to the employer groups that they work with. In addition to that, they're in two very innovative preventative healthcare sectors that most other groups don't service. So we walk into that with all of them. We start with Aristotle, we add Avert, both programs drive down, and we get to build it out. So these are the things we're doing as we're developing our reach, and they're going live right now.
I think it was very insightful. I appreciate that a lot, James. And I wouldn't mind just pivoting into just some recent news. The Stage Zero Life Sciences kind of announced the temporary repricing of the warrants expiring in 2023 and 2024. Do you just want to abbreviate to what this means?
Yes, we did this at the request of a whole series of the warrant holders. It's beneficial to everyone. For warrant holders, if you were going out right now to buy stock on the open market, you're not going to be able to get any reasonable position at the rate at which we price the warrants. So it's a good deal for warrant holders. In addition to that, it obviously benefits the company. If you simply buy stock in the open market, yes, you benefit the guy you bought it from, but you don't benefit the company. If you exercise the warrants, and bearing in mind we believe you're going to get a better price on the warrants right now, you benefit the company too. And I think with all the announcements we have coming through with this, we're pretty certain that as a company we're headed in the right direction.
Well, I look forward to seeing how this story evolves. And if you viewers do as well, we definitely implore you to consider subscribing, because as Catalyst and News hit the wire, we're going to continue to update you here. And if you have any questions, always let us know what you think in that comment section below. But as always, we look forward to catching you in the next one.